Between the commencement of the TSAE collection component in March of 2015 to April 2016, the fee regime during that period was 1% of the total value of all the transactions. And on the basis of the record that we obtained from Remita and all the banks, banks deducted that 1% from the gross revenue collected on behalf of government, leaving federal government with 99% of that figure. It was in April of 2016 that they changed the regime to 1% or 5,000 naira cap. And that regime was in force up until October of 2018, when the fee regime was changed to 150 naira per transaction to be borne by the payer, not the government this time around. The question is, between the commencement till April, the total amount collected, charged on the government during that period, that was shared among all the value chain providers, where are the monies? Because there was an accountant general circular that said that all banks and value chain providers should refund that money prior to the payment of the amount that was eventually agreed upon. Are you aware that GT Bank actually refunded during that period? If the answer is yes, how much was refunded?
I'm not aware that GT Bank refunded during that period.
So are you aware that GT Bank shared part of the money collected from?
Yes, he has confirmed that GT Bank got 250 something million naira.
That was the amount that was shared was out of
the 16 billion naira.
Out of the 8 billion that Accountant General eventually paid them. 16 billion naira.
16?
Yeah.
Yeah. He has confirmed that they got 250 something million naira from them.
254.
So, sir, the question he was asking is, from the first regime...
Make it louder, please. Use your microphone.
Sorry, so from the first regime, GT Bank was charging government 1%, and we're housing that fund somewhere. Accountant General said, refund that money back to the government, and we don't have evidence that GT Bank has refunded that money.
Okay, to the best
your
of my
share of that money.
I'm not aware of the share. To the best of my knowledge, we were asked to generate RRR and put it on Remita platform to move all the funds with MDs. We generated RRR, put it on the platform. When those things are applied on the platform, Remita removes the fees. So there has never been a time that a GT Bank that was deducting the fees for Remita transaction process.
Sorry, so maybe a bit of the transaction itself.
Speak louder, my brother, please. Louder.
Yeah, so I was saying a bit of a transaction. Remita is not a deposit money bank. So when you say Remita, you move this money. Well, you're actually moving to a transit account in GT. And before the portion goes out, you take a portion of yours out into an income account. So it's still warehoused in GT.
Mr. Chairman, if I may come in here.
Yes, you may.
Okay. There's clearly a need for a sit down between our collections team and the consultants based on the submissions that we have done. And where there are any deficiencies, we can agree so that we can make that omission. I don't know if I can crave the indulgence of the chairman.
Don't worry, we will rule on what we need to do, but let's first get the facts clear on record, since everybody here is on So the things we have established are the fact that we have established the issue of the VAT, payment of the VAT components of the transactions from inception till now, and GTB has not paid the VAT component to federal government. And the initial ruling that should pay to FIRS was actually made in error. There's a recovery account with the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, which the committee will avail you in writing. That is where that payment ought to go to, a recovery account, domicile with the Central Bank of Nigeria. So the committee will write you officially to provide you with that
with that detail. So I'm just revising the earlier ruling on that. The second one that has to do with this payment that was received in 2016 or thereabout, and how that sits well with the charges that customers paid within the same period. We will have to formally compute the total sum that has to do with your bank. And the circulars that were issued by the by the Accountant General's office asking for a refund of that sum. All we are asking for is just an evidence that, yes, you paid back that sum to government so that it doesn't appear. It does seem to us that it's a double charge. If customers have paid those charges and the Accountant General's office went ahead again to pay you for those charges, maybe per incurium, like we say in law, in error, we should be able to regularize it now and get back that which have been collected much earlier. Any other comment before we move to another bank, sir?
Okay. What I would say, Mr. Chairman, is that we will sit down with the consultants.
So the committee have already an existing reconciliation committee to this regard. So we'll refer you to this committee. The committee is working in line with the consultant as well, so that you resolve whatever issues, and want this to be done within the next 21 days. Thank you.
Thank you.